Okay, from this day on, the 16th of April 2019, I will document every discovery I make on my journey to creating mankind's greatest achievement, the time machine. You see, nothing like this has ever been attempted before because the scientific community doesn't believe it to be possible. I'm here to prove them wrong, because I have discovered a way I can manipulate time and space itself to open up a pathway that can allow me to transport myself or someone else to any time period I want. The machine is in its early stages, but with a bit more research and some testing, I should be able to get it in full working order fairly soon. And I hope that I can bring you with me on this fabulous journey. I have a lot of exciting work to do. So this is the control room. I have a friend who works here, and they don't use the TV studio downstairs, so he's letting me use it on the down low. The reason I'm making this here is because I want to show you the device I just came up with. Let's go see it. Okay, this is it. I know it doesn't look like much of a lab, but I have to hide my tools every time I leave or else someone's gonna find them, and we don't want that. Anyway, this is it. I know it looks like just a normal studio light, but I assure you it is much more. I use the shell of the light to house the device that actually does all the work. The device is going to send a beam of energy towards its subject that will create a distortion in the fabric of space-time, which should, in theory, allow me to time travel. I never tested this thing before, and I think it's about time we do. And then I hit enter. Now, for this to work, I have to sit right under it. I think that should be good. Okay, if I did this correctly, if this works, I should be able to time travel at least 5 hours into the past. I don't know if it's gonna work. I never tested it before, but the time is 4:30 p.m. and in 3, 2, 1. It actually happened. It worked. I actually time traveled. I can't believe this. This is humanity's greatest scientific achievement. Oh my god. I don't know exactly what happened. I stood under the device and it fired. I was expecting my whole body along with the camera to be transported 5 hours into the past. But for some reason that wasn't the case. I will need some time to figure out what happened. I have a few theories, but nothing concrete. More tests are needed. After extensive testing, it seems like I finally know how this thing works. I have time traveled about 6 times since my last video log. And it would seem like my machine is not able to send entire bodies to the past. It's only able to send my consciousness, which I know sounds incredibly ridiculous. But let's be honest, this whole thing is ridiculous. I was never able to replicate the initial test. So I tore down the machine and I put it in an old computer case I had laying around. I then modified a pair of headphones to hopefully send the energy much closer to my brain, which it did. And thanks to that little modification, I was able to travel back in time 6 times, consistently each time. This is mankind's greatest achievement. I've said it throughout the past week, and it doesn't stop being true. But I still feel like this technology has a lot of potential to do good. But it also has the potential to do really bad things if it falls into the wrong hands. For now, I will keep this a secret. I will try my best to not divulge any information to anyone, even though nobody knows about this experiment. The government may be watching, they may be listening. But I have to keep going. I have to continue testing, and I have to find a way to develop it further. I have to go further. I think I'm being followed. I don't know what's going on, but since yesterday's log, when I left the lab, I could swear there were suspicious cars following me around and stuff. There were people hanging around my house, looking up in my windows every once in a while. There's no doubt in my mind that they're listening to me. They're watching my every move. They want my time machine. There's no doubt in my mind. I could hear voices in my Bluetooth headphones, and it sounded like people talking, but they got cut off so quickly that I couldn't make out anything they said. I'm not even sure they were voices. I need to stay away. I need to stay away from the lab, and I need to stop talking about... No. There's microphones all over this room. They're listening. Shit! Shit, this is bad. This is really bad. I think I've been followed all the way over here. I don't know who's following me, but they definitely want the time machine. Every time I look back, they were there. There was this shady guy following me. I tried to lose him through a crowd, tried to lose him in an alleyway. I was unsuccessful. I thought I lost him, but I saw him just as I was opening my door to get inside. He's definitely after the time machine. I have to delete every piece of research I have on my computer. I cannot let them have it. I have to destroy the hard drives. They may be able to recover data from... Oh shit. Shit. They have a whole team out there. They're trying to break down my door. They have guns and everything. I have to get out of here. I have to escape. Fuck. Okay. I have to find another way to get out. They're gonna break the door any minute. I cannot go downstairs. Fuck. Shit. The window. Shit. It's been a while, hasn't it? It's actually been a very long while. Almost a year. Can you believe it? I've been getting chased so much this past year, I was afraid I was going to die multiple times, but here I am, still alive, still surviving. I've been meaning to make another one of these. It's just with everything going on, I thought I was going to go insane if I didn't talk to someone about it. Or at the very least talk to this camera. I managed to find out who these people are from one of their guys. They're a secret government organization named Kronos. Their mission is to create a time machine
that will help them influence big world events in their favor. This can spell disaster for the whole world, especially if they get their hands on my creation. I have to go back to my lab and destroy the time machine. That's the only way. Like I said, if they get their hands on it, who knows what can happen. It's all my fault. I should never have created that thing.
They found it. They found it. They found my time machine. I went by there this morning and Chronos forces were swarming all over the building. This is really bad. As far as I know, I tested the full potential of the time machine. It can only go back about 5 hours, maybe a day if they really push it. I have to come up with a plan to infiltrate my lab and destroy the time machine. That will set them back immensely. They'll be back at square one. If this plan doesn't succeed, who knows what will happen. I have to think fast. Because I have a feeling that they... Oh, fuck. They followed me here. I gotta leave. Now! Jesus Christ. These guys really don't give up. They've been chasing me for the past 6 months since you last saw me. Things have only gotten worse and worse out there. Someone leaked the information that the time machine has been created and now all the world powers want a piece of it. Tensions are really high. I got my information from random radios and TVs from bars when I was out gathering supplies. What's got me even more concerned is that I don't know Kronos' progress on the time machine. I have no way of tapping into their comm channels to check and see if they advanced it to a point where they can transport whole human bodies or they're still where I left off. It's scary not knowing stuff like that. I decided to keep my distance from them on. I can't risk them finding me again. I don't know how much more I can go on if they do. Shit. Thank God I'm in this basement, or else I would have been dead long ago. It's been a few weeks since you last saw me, but tensions just kept rising and rising, and now we're in an all-out war. I don't know who's attacking us, and I don't know what's going on up there. I came up with a plan, but under these circumstances, I cannot put it in motion yet. I have to wait for the Jesus fucking Christ. I've been looking for a battery for this piece of shit for so long. At this point I'm making these videos just to keep myself sane. Well, I found a new hideout. Since, my last one got blown up by a tank. Still don't know how I got out of that one alive. Someone up there must love me. The fighting has stopped. Calm down. They just left this part of the city, but they left a few soldiers here to keep the peace. I can hear the occasional gunshot or tanks and trucks riding around. Sounds scary out there, because it is. I wish I knew how long it's been. I've been focusing on survival for now, but I lost track of time. Scavenging for supplies is extremely dangerous. There's snipers and tanks everywhere, and I'm afraid I might get killed any second. I can't even peek my head out without feeling afraid. The people that scavenge the city just like me are even more dangerous. Some guy tried to kill me for a box of Pop-Tarts. Can you fucking believe that? What has the world come to? The world sure went down the toilet as soon as this war started. People that could have easily been your friends are now trying to kill you for the smallest things just so they can survive. It's sad. I don't know what to do. But I have a plan. I just need to weigh my options. It's time. I made myself look presentable. Wouldn't want to show up to the party looking like shit. I surveyed the complex. I found a few unguarded points of entry that I can use to infiltrate and hopefully not be seen. My mission is to use their time machine and go back to the 16th of April 2019 and kill my past self, stopping the war. The catalyst for this whole war was my creation, my time machine. If I never create it, then that means the war never happens. I sat and pondered if I should actually go forward with this mission, but there is no other way. One of us must die in order for time to remain balanced. Two of the same people cannot exist at one time. It may create a paradox or maybe destroy the world, ending up in a much more different situation than we are in now. I have to do this. This is my final video log. As soon as I go in there, I'm at the mercy of Lady Luck. So, this has been it. James signing out. Okay, from this day on, the 16th of April 2019, I will document every discovery I make on my journey to creating mankind's greatest achievement, the time machine. Nothing like this has ever been attempted before, because the scientific community doesn't believe it to be possible. I am here to prove them wrong, because I have discovered a way. Damn. Is it always that fat? Yeah. Yeah, you wore. And you used to wear better clothes. And stink less. You don't seem to be very distressed considering you're seeing your future self. Nothing really shocks me anymore. I'm just amazed how something like this can happen without it causing a huge paradox. I was afraid of that. My plan was to shoot you in the back so we never meet. But that's not the case anymore. Wait, you're here to kill me? If the gun in my holster wasn't making it obvious enough. But why? Wouldn't that mean that you would die too? I don't know. All I know is that if you don't die, war will ravage the planet. And the world will collapse. All because of your creation. So I do end up creating a time machine. You know, I thought this was just going to be a fruitless endeavor at creating something grand, but it seems like I underestimated myself again. You know, you could just not kill me. Now I know how the future is going to pan out, so you might as well leave. Isn't that the whole point of your mission? We're the same person. I know you inside and out. You will plague yourself with what ifs, thinking about ways to stop the war while still creating the time machine. Newsflash, it won't matter. Your preparations will be for nothing. I spent a long time thinking about the same things while I was hiding. But the difference was that I already knew the consequences the creation of such a device can have on the world. So I guess there is no other way. I'm afraid not. With a bit of luck, this will only change the timeline, and I won't disappear. So you're thinking you're gonna survive because you came from a timeline where you're alive? Yes. You know, that works when you go back to kill your grandparents. I'm not sure how well this is gonna work out for you. I have to try at least. Okay. I'm ready. I guess I was wrong.